Hi friends! Welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. My name's Juno and today we have another yes or no video. So this is going to be answering your yes or no questions. I have 3 different methods for generating a yes or a no. We've got a die, a coin, and a pendulum. So that should all together give us some answers for you. It'll give you either a triple yes, a triple no, or some form of maybe, leaning yes, leaning no. And then the cards themselves will give us a better understanding of what your answer is. So go down to the description section of this video now and you'll see the timestamps for which one of these is your readings. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. Once again, that's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. So in the description video of this section, there will be a link to the timestamp with your video. So check that out, and I will see you in your reading. Hey there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So this is the yes or no tarot video. So we're going to be answering whatever your yes or no question is today. So come up with a question in your mind and we will start generating answers. So we'll start out with the pendulum because I like the pendulum a lot. In order to get the pendulum right, we have to kind of triangulate it, make sure that it's answering questions that I already know the answers to first. So first off, is there a ring light in front of me? Alright, that is staying on a yes, correct. Did I eat at a restaurant yesterday? No, I did not. I cooked all day, so that turned to no. Perfect. And then finally, let's ask one more question. Did I dye my hair recently? I did, correct. It's still blonde, but I just freshened up the roots. So yes, okay, so what is the answer to pile number 1's question, pendulum? Okay, that turned into a pretty clear no. So first up, you've got a no. The pendulum says no. Let's ask the other 2 methods to kind of gauge the answer as well. The die says 6, so that's a yes. So you've got a 1 yes, 1 no. And the coin is a no. Okay, so this is a maybe. It's leaning no, probably no, but there could be a chance of it being yes. So we'll talk to the cards a little bit here and gauge what's going on with that. So first up we have from the Fairytale Lenormand, we've got the bouquet. Okay, so, you know, whenever this card comes up, I kind of take it to mean like you're being given a gift, you know, that there's that there are gifts out there available to you. So, you know, this may be a no, you know what I mean? Like, the answer with it being probably no means that, like, whatever you're asking about is something that could happen, you know, or, like, if it's something you know, you're asking about going out and making something happen or doing something like that, like, it's leaning no in the sense that it's like you probably it's in your better interest not, but like it is something that could be done still. So with this bouquet here, you know, I'm kind of being given like maybe it's a gift, maybe no is the gift, you know what I mean? Like, and so it's like you can take the no if you want because it's probably going to be more in your favor, but if you wanted it to be true, you know, you could try to make it happen as well. So like I said, it's a maybe. It's a little bit unclear. Let's keep asking the cards. From the Wild Unknown Tarot, we've got the Moon. Okay, yeah, so there's some more unclarity, you know. The Moon kind of can talk about not seeing the right pathway forward. You know, it's not entirely clear yet what's going on. You know, and you're kind of like For whatever reason, these aren't poppies, but I'm just like immediately thinking about the Wizard of Oz and the poppy fields, you know, where they're like falling asleep. So it's like just this unknown. There's a lot of unknowns about your situation. You know, you don't have all of the tools at your disposal yet to be able to understand the answer. It's kind of what I'm getting from this too. You know, like the moon can talk about like not seeing a clear pathway forward, not fully getting an illuminated answer in a situation. You know, like it's like when you're following a pathway by moonlight, you can still see a pathway forward, but you can't see all the details. So there's a lot of things you're going to miss walking on the path at night that you wouldn't miss during the day, but you could still stumble your way forward. So I think with this maybe, probably not, it's kind of in that vein, you know what I mean? Like it's like your answer is still leaning no, right? But there is a chance that it could happen, and it is a chance that it is possible. So it's just sort of like, it depends on what your situation is, I guess. Next up we have from the 1JJ Swiss deck, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, cool. So there is, you know, there is some like abundance energy in here, you know, especially too with that bouquet. I was feeling like, you know, with the bouquet, it's like you're being given a gift, you know what I mean? I kind of said that before, and I feel like that's being repeated with this Queen of Pentacles here. She's giving you this pentacle. So there's something in choosing no. Like maybe this is something that you actually have choice over, right? You could choose yes and you could choose no, depending on what your situation is and what's going on. And so, you know, you can choose yes if you really want it, but there's something going on in the yes department that you can't see, where choosing no, which is leaning more likely, will actually bring you more of what you want, you know what I mean? You'll be given this bouquet of flowers, you'll be given this coin, you know, to set down towards abundance. So it's sort of like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling, is like you don't know the answer, right? There's no it's a kind of situation where it's like it could be either yes or no, right? It could be either one, but no is the one that might lead you more towards your own happiness than yes would. Final card we have from the classic Rider Waite Smith deck, we've got the Four of Swords, okay, which talks about rest and sleeping on it. So I think that before you make any decisions, if you have something that you need to decide in this situation, if you're like debating whether or not to do something, you know, you have the power to make that decision. You're really being encouraged to sleep on it first. Really make up your mind before acting. Don't act rashly, and maybe that's why you've been given some maybes in this situation too, because it's like, well, ultimately the decision's going to be up to you, and there is no necessarily correct decision. It's more like whatever's going to be the best for you and your heart and your soul, right, by following these flowers. And so you might not have all of the, you know, you might be kind of clouded in your vision right now. You might not have all of the understandings that you need in order to really make the right decision and the right call in this particular moment that you're watching this video. So you're being encouraged to really rest on it, sleep on it first, come back later, you know, let go of the question for a minute, you know, go do something else, take a rest, take a break, sleep on it. Definitely don't make the decision until tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm gauging from this. So anyway, pile number 1, that was my reading for you. These are kind of short, just so I leave it open. If it resonated with you at all, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing from everybody. Deep thanks to all my new subscribers. And if you ever want a private reading with me, I can get way more detailed about you and your life and your situation. So please feel free to check that out at www.junodrome.com. I also am starting a Patreon for you to help support me more and get some more really awesome bonus content for me. So check that out at www.patreon.com/junodrome. And then finally, I'm really excited to announce, I still got a little bit of a ways away, but I am going to be doing a drawing for a free private reading from me when I reach 500 subscribers. So as of recording this, I'm at 352. I'm sure that will continue to grow, and so I'm encouraging everybody who's watching this, please subscribe to the channel. When I reach 500, like I said, I'm going to do that free drawing. So I'll have more details once that happens, but I just want to let you know that's going to happen. And yeah, anyway, pile number 1, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. See ya. Hey there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the pile with this great lapis lazuli stone, one of my favorites. We're going to dive right into this. So this is a yes or no tarot reading. So this is answering your yes or no questions. We will see what the answer is with a yes or a no from 3 different methods, and then that'll tell us yes, no, or maybe. And then from there, we will continue to read the cards to try to get a better understanding of why that was the answer. So first up, we've got the pendulum here. So I I asked the pendulum some questions that I already know the answer to just to make sure that it's working. So first up, do I have shoes on right now? No, I do not. I am barefoot. All right, that is a no. Is there a ring light in front of me right now? Yes, there is. Is there a lamp on in front of me? That's a continued yes. Yes, it is. Okay, what is the answer to pile number 2's question? All right, pile number 2, I'm feeling a yes from you. Yep, that's a yes. Okay, so the pendulum says yes. Let us see what the die says. The die is a 6. That's a yes. And the coin. It's tails. So that's a no. Okay, I wanted a triple yes for you. So it's double yes with 1 no, which is still in the maybe categories, but it's leaning yes. It's probably yes. Most likely the outcome is going to be yes. But for whatever reason, there's still a little bit of a doubt and a little bit of a hesitation in this. So let's ask the cards what's going on with that. First up, from the Fairytale Lenormand, you've got the crossroads. Okay, so you're really trying to make a decision here, I'm guessing. You know, when you're at a crossroads, it's really like, which way do I turn? Which way do I go? And like I said, it's leaning towards yes, but yes doesn't have to be the only answer, right? Sometimes all roads lead home. And, you know, one of these roads looks a little bit brighter and shinier than the other road in this particular card. So, you know, that is a potentiality here, but I do feel like, you know, like I said, your answer is leaning yes, but I think that maybe it's the hesitation comes from ultimately the decision is yours, right? This is kind of you know, we all have free will in life, and so it's kind of like this idea that you know, at the end of the day, in your heart, you will know the right answer to this question. And if you're trying to choose between 2 paths moving forward, you know, you're definitely encouraged to go one way, right? With that leaning yes, right? That does seem to be where the encouragement is coming from. So you can definitely take some solace in that. However, there is still some doubt for that, which I think is coming in this idea that there is no wrong choice in this particular instance, right? Like, even if you choose no in this situation, if you move in the no direction, you know, and maybe you weren't asking about a choice, but I feel like for this particular pile with this crossroads card here, it is about decision making. So, you know, you get this sense that, like, even if you choose no in the situation, or even if no ends up happening, that ultimately the ultimate answer is yes. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, excuse me, all roads lead home. There are no wrong choices. There is no wrong path. So you can choose either pathway, and one might end up being a more windy road, right? It might take longer. You might do something else. It might not work out the way you're expecting, but that doesn't mean that it's inherently bad, right? Or that there's inherently a wrong choice. Like, I don't feel like you can make a wrong choice in this particular instance with it being a maybe the way that it is. But I do feel like it is leaning towards yes. So there is a leaning towards whatever the yes choice was in your question. However, like I've been saying, the no is still a possibility, and that no isn't necessarily a bad thing. We've got from the Wild Unknown Tarot, we've got the 10, oh no, 5, 6, the 7 of Pentacles, okay, which talks about putting in work. So it's making sure that you're putting in the work in a situation, and then also just simply that, you know, that you work hard at your goals, you work hard at trying to make whatever's happening for you happen, and you allow yourself to kind of flow along with this choice, whatever needs to happen. It kind of tends to be like more work needs to be put in. So you know, maybe you're not ready to make a choice yet, which is also okay. You know what I mean? If you feel like you're being pressured and forced to make this decision, if you feel like you're being you know, rushed in this decision at all, this card to me is saying, well, you know, you don't have to rush this choice. Whatever this choice is, whatever this is going on in your life, you don't have to rush it. You don't have to rush what's happening. You can actually slow down if you want and kind of like allow things to unfold a little bit slower. And you're being encouraged to work more too, you know? So maybe one of these choices is going to lead to more work on your part, you know what I mean? And so you're like, well, should I just choose the easy route? You know, should I just try to get this done quickly and do something that's going to be a little bit easier for me? Or should I do this thing that might be a thing that I want, right? It might be a thing that I really want to make happen, but I know it's going to be a lot of work, right? I know I'm going to have to put a ton of work onto this, and I don't know if I'm capable or ready or whatever for that. And this card is saying, no, you are ready or capable of putting in this work, right? That this work is necessary for what's happening, and that actually, like, by putting in this work, you're actually going to be able to manifest and create the conditions that you want for yourself. So that's kind of maybe where that hesitation is coming in for the yes, right? Where it's like, should I go for this thing? Should I put in all of this effort for this thing? And so it's leaning yes, you should, you know, and but you don't have to, like I was saying before, like, you know, all paths lead to home in some way or form or shape, but taking this hard working route might actually prove beneficial for you in the long run. So you're really being encouraged to consider that. Next up, you have from the IJJ Swiss deck, you've got the 5, 6, 7, oh, the 9 of Cups. Okay, yeah, 9 of Cups, which is great. 9 of Cups is a really wonderful card because it's all about this sort of like contentment, finding your own sense of peace and contentment and calm. You know, sometimes I relate this to self-love sometimes as well. It's kind of like being in your own comfort zone, you know, like you've put yourself in there, you've done a lot of work, you've worked really hard to make some stuff happen, and then you've accomplished all of these cups, and now you're content and loving those cups, right? You're like, I'm so happy I'm here with all of these cups, right? I've made it. So you have this coming to you. The thing about it is the person is alone in that. So it's sort of like this idea with the 9 of Cups here. It's like you've achieved this on your own, and you aren't necessarily working with others that closely, right? You've done it yourself. You put in a lot of work on yourself. You've done a lot of work for yourself to change your own circumstances, and maybe you let go of some people along the way, and maybe that's where this crossroads comes from, is like, in order to move towards yes, you have to let go of some people or some situations or some things or some places. Maybe you got to move, you know, any of that kind of thing in order to get to this yes answer. And you're a little bit hesitant to leave some people behind, but you know, with this 9 of Cups here, you know, like I said, this person is kind of alone, and it's not alone in a lonely way. It's just like, they're like, you know what? I've got these hopes and dreams and goals for myself. I've got these things I want to accomplish, and I kind of have to go it alone for a minute in order to work really hard to try to work on this for myself. And I'm going to do that because to me, it is worth it. To me, it is worth going it alone for a moment in order to build up myself and my life even stronger, even harder to make these things happen. So you're being encouraged to do that. You're being encouraged to work hard on yourself and maybe leave some situations and some people behind in order to do it. And that it's okay to do that sometimes, you know, it's okay to move on with your life if people aren't resonating with you anymore, or situations aren't working for you anymore, you know, a job doesn't work for you anymore, a place that you're living doesn't work for you anymore, any of that kind of thing. You can change your life around that. You know, you're being encouraged to do that, that you have the power to do that. The final card with the Rider Waite Smith deck is the 2 of Cups, yeah. So this is kind of uniting. This could be two things, you know. If you're talking about a relationship, right? If you're talking about trying to be with somebody, then this is kind of in favor of that, you know. That yes move is sort of like, yeah, go for it for that person if that's what this is about. If it's not what this is about at all, you know, most of the time I tend to relate this card to more of combining forces within yourself, connecting the two opposing forces within you to create one whole being, right? So to me, especially with this Nine of Cups here, and you know, the Seven of Pentacles, that kind of go it alone energy, it's sort of like, if you make this decision for yourself to do that, if you make this decision to prioritize your own peace and happiness and joy, that you're going to be rewarded for that. That if you prioritize that, then you're going to feel more complete and more whole as a person. You're going to feel more like you know who you are and you know what you want, you know, and in that knowledge of self, that self comfort, that self love is really going to be an asset for you moving forward in life. So anyway, pile number 2, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I love hearing from all of you. If you ever want a private reading with me, I can get way more detailed about you and your life and your situation. So feel free to check that out at www.junodrome.com. Got a couple options there. A new way for you to help support me and get some really incredible bonus content from me is from my Patreon. So you can check that out at www.patreon.com/junodrome. And then finally, I'm super excited to announce that I'm going to be doing a drawing for a free private reading with me. This is going to come once I reach 500 subscribers. So I'm a little bit of a ways away. As of recording this, I'm at 352, but I know that it's been growing really fast. Or sorry, I think I'm at 353 right now. I know it's been growing really fast, so I'm confident that it's going to happen relatively soon. So you can help make that happen by subscribing to this channel, sharing with your friends if you like it, and if you want a private reading with me, in the meantime, like I said, I've got them available on my website. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you later, pile number 2. Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is a yes or no tarot video, so this is going to be answering whatever your yes or no question is. We've got 3 methods for generating that yes or no answer, and then I've got the cards to kind of give us a supplement on what's going on with you and your life. So first up, we've got the pendulum. This, I just need to triangulate and ask the right questions so that I know it is working. First off, am I wearing shoes right now? And no, I am not. It is giving me a no. Perfect. Is there a ring light in front of me? Yes, indeed, there is. Do I have a bird tattoo on my arm? I do indeed. Okay, what is the answer to pile number 3's question? All right, pile number 3, you got a yes. Okay, perfect. So first answer is yes. Let us keep this going. For the die, we've got a 6. That is a yes. All right, and then the coin is a heads. Triple yes. All right, pile number 3, you got a triple yes. So the answer to your question is yes. Flat out, that's yes. You got a yes. So that's great. Let's talk to the cards and kind of get a better idea of what the yes is coming from. First up, we've got the Scythe. Interesting. So the Scythe to me kind of reminds me of the Death card in tarot, just because the Death tends to carry a scythe symbolically. So that means you've got a change coming. I feel that with this card, you've got some sort of major changes happening in your life, and you are kind of at a transformation moment. So whatever this yes question was, it's really bringing in with it a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of being, a whole new mode of seeing life and the world around you. So that's cool. You know, this is coming with a whole fresh new perspective, a new understanding, and you got this little glint of sunlight coming into it too. So it's sort of like maybe it's coming in with a brightening of a situation, right? Something that maybe felt dark for a while is going to be illuminated by the sunshine and your own light, and you're going to be kind of moving into this more illuminated, light-filled energy and letting go of some of this darkness. From the Wild Unknown Tarot, we've got the Two of Swords. Interesting. That talks about being at a crossroads, right? So I do feel that, you know, I feel like with this change, whatever this question was, you know, you're being encouraged to follow the yes direction, or the answer and the outcome is a yes, definitively. And so, you know, with this crossroads energy here, it's kind of like this idea that, you know, maybe you're removing your blindfolds, right? You're removing the stalemate. This can be a stalemate sometimes. It's like you're leaving a stalemate situation into a new day, the dawning of a new day. This eclipse here, right? The sun is blocked. The sun is now going to be moving away. And like I said here with the glint and the scythe, you're opening yourself up to the sunshine now. With the 1JJ Swiss deck, you've got the 5, 6, 7, 8 of Swords. Okay, yeah, which is the same thing. Wow, that's cool. So in the 8 of Swords in the Rider Waite Smith deck, it's a woman who's blindfolded, right? She's got this blindfold and she's bound. So she's kind of tied to these swords. She can't get up and move. But the thing about it is she's actually only very loosely bound. She could wiggle her arms out of those bounds like in a minute, and then she could just untie herself and untie the blindfold and walk away. And so I think that's what's happening in the situation for you, is actually that's what you're doing. You are now moving yourself from a situation where you feel stuck, right? You felt stuck for a long time, I'm guessing. You felt like you were in this kind of darkness energy, and you just felt like you were at a stalemate. You didn't know how to move forward with your life and in your situation. And now that's coming to an end. With this transformation, you're going to be pulling off this blindfold, releasing whatever bounds are tying you, and then starting to walk away from whatever this was. We've got 2 cards from the Rider Waite Smith deck. So the first one you got is the Emperor, which is encouraging you to take charge in your life, take control of your life. You know, you are the leader in your life, and you're really being encouraged to start acting as, you know, taking leadership, you know, taking a leading role in your life. What is your life? What do you want for you? What do you want to make happen? How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to be? You're being encouraged to ask yourself those questions and really follow that. And by doing that, you're going to be transforming your entire state of mind. Your entire consciousness is going to be shifting and changing, and you'll be able to move towards your goals now. You'll be able to move towards what you want for yourself. You'll be able to make the life that you want to have happen. And it's all kind of coming in for you right now with whatever this question was, which is pretty cool. Final card you got is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so just remember that things take time too. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving of all of the cards because he's at a standstill here, but he is moving. It might not look like it, but he is. And he's moving towards finding abundance, finding, you know, material fulfillment, health, a great place to live, a good community, you know, abundance, money, stability, all of that, you know, so that's the movement that you have happening for you. So whatever your question was, like I said, it's definitely leaning yes, or it is a yes. It was a triple yes. And so with that, you know, you're being encouraged to take a leading role in your life, to really take leadership over your life and your situation and what's going on, and follow your dreams, you know, towards abundance. You're releasing your blindfolds. You are ending this stalemate and transforming your entire state of being, which is really beautiful and really inspiring. So pile number 3, that was my reading for you. I know these are kind of short. If you ever want a more detailed personal reading with me, I have them available at my website. Feel free to check that out at www.junodrome.com. I've got a new Patreon page that you can help support me further and get some really incredible bonus content. That is available at patreon.com/junodrome. And then finally, I'm super excited to announce, it's a little bit of a ways away, but when I reach 500 subscribers, we're at 353 as of recording this, but at 500, I'm going to be giving away a free private reading from my from my website. So you'll be able to get a free private reading from me. So please subscribe to this channel if you like my videos and help everybody get to that giveaway sooner. And then, yeah, share this video with your friends if you like it. Feel free to let people know that I'm here. And yeah, anyway, pile number 3, that was my reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. See ya. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. This is a yes or no tarot video. So this is going to be a tarot video asking you what is the answer to your yes or no question. I have 3 different methods for generating a yes or a no. And then we have, once we get that answer, it's either going to be triple yes, triple no, or a maybe. And then the cards will give us a better understanding of what that is. So anyway, let's start with the pendulum. I got to ask it some questions I already know the answer to triangulate it. So first off, am I wearing shoes? No, I am not. Is there a ring light in front of me? Yes, there is. Is this pile number 4? It is indeed pile number 4. Great. What is the answer to pile number 4's question? All right, pile number 4, that is a yes. I am feeling a strong yes from the pendulum. Okay, so the pendulum says yes. Let us ask the other methods. The die, let's see, landed on a 3. Okay, so the die says no, so you've got 1 yes, 1 no. We're in maybe category. Let us ask the coin. And the coin is a tails. So you got a 2 no's and a yes. So it's a maybe, leaning no. The answer to your question is going to probably be no, but it's not a total no. So it could still be yes in certain situations, in certain circumstances. So we will ask the cards a little bit more about your situation to try to understand that a little bit more. First up from the Fairytale Lenormand, we've got the stork. Okay. So the stork is it's about like babies, right? So I don't know if you're asking about a baby. If this is a pregnancy question, because they come up sometimes. Like I said, you're leaning no, but it could be a yes still. So definitely got to test if you're asking about that. If not, you know, this can also talk about like what do you talk? Like birthing a project, you know? So maybe you're asking about timing for a project. Is now the right time to pursue something, you know? Or like is it going to be successful now or something like that, where it being a maybe is a timing difference, right? So like I definitely like want to encourage you to follow your dreams. You know, if you have a dream to make something happen, always go for it. Always, always, always. But if it's an immediate thing that you need to have happen this moment, then in this moment, it's probably going to be no, because look, the stork is kind of flying away here, but that doesn't mean the stork still has the baby, right? So you've got the project, it's still possible for you. So like, it's not a no, it's definitely not a no, you know, this is a maybe, and it can only lean one way or the other. Like I said, it's still leaning in the no direction, so maybe that's a timing issue, right? Maybe this particular instant isn't the right time, but that doesn't mean it's not possible, right? Everything in life that is meant for us will find us at some point. Like the things that we really need to have happen in our lives will happen. So have faith in yourself, have faith in the situation. Whatever the answer, remember, like I said, it is leaning no. That could be a timing issue. It might be leaning no because, well, in this particular instance, when you're asking, the answer might be no at the moment. That doesn't mean it's going to be no forever, right? It could be yes down the road. It could be yes in a week even. You never know. So it's sort of like, you know, with a magic 8-ball that's like try again later, you know, which I know is kind of annoying to get that kind of an answer, but that's a little bit of what I'm feeling from this. Next up from the Wild Unknown Tarot, we've got the Empress. Oh, look at her. We've got this beautiful pink tree. The Empress is kind of like this divine feminine energy. So being in the receptive mode, you know, so like being open and receptive to something happening, um, you know, allowing something to happen. So like I said, it's leaning no, but maybe that's because you're pushing too hard, right? Maybe you're trying too hard to make something happen, and that forcing energy that you're putting into it, it might be why it's leaning no. But there's still a possibility of yes. And so if you really want this to happen, you might be being asked to just back off from it for a little bit, you know, not to put so much pressure on yourself or on it to happen, and allow things to unfold in a more open and receptive way. You know, it's switching yourself to being in the divine feminine instead of the divine masculine in this situation. The next up we have from the 1JJ Swiss deck, we've got the Prince of Swords. Okay, so it's a new mode of thinking is being required of you as well. So if you really, really, really want that yes, you're going to have to start thinking about things in a situation differently. The pages are all about, they're kind of the beginnings. Especially they're the first of the royal cards, so they talk about the starting a journey. They talk about starting working towards something, the beginnings of that process. And with it being the swords, it's all about the mental body and the mental sphere. So it could be a new idea, could be a new way of thinking, it could be a new understanding of a situation or of the world. And so you're being encouraged to really kind of open your perspective to a new way of thinking about things, a new way of understanding things. And by doing that, by really kind of opening your perspective to that kind of newness, you're going to be able to allow that yes to happen. But like with the Empress here, it's an allowing energy that's required for you. It's like you have to allow this thing into your life. If it's a project you're working on, and you have to allow it to happen instead of trying to force it to happen. By forcing it to happen, you're actually kind of like strangling it a little bit too much, because maybe you're putting too many conditions on it. Maybe you're putting too many supposed to's on it. And you're like, well, I want this thing to happen, and I know in order for it to happen, I have to do X, Y, and Z, and it can only happen in this way, and there's no other way for it to happen because this is the only way I know of this kind of thing working, and you know, yada yada yada. So it's sort of like encouraging you to be like, well, no, take a step back here, because actually you don't know that X, Y, and Z are the only ways for this to happen. You actually don't know that. And in fact, there might be an easier, better way for this situation to happen in your life that just requires you to take a step back and allow it to happen, you know? And obviously, like, you know, you're going to have to take action, but it's got to be paired up with that receptivity. So it's like you have to be more in tune with your intuition. You got to be more in tune with your inner knowing, and then you'll be able to see a little bit clearer of the actions that need to take place. And so you're not forcing anything to happen, and you're not like, you know, treading water and really kind of just like in this forceful energy. You're more allowing something to occur. The final card you have is from the Rider Waite Smith deck, and it's the Page of Pentacles. All right, 2 pages. So you're being encouraged to take a new route towards this thing. It's like if you really want to make something happen, and maybe you've been like treading water trying to work on it for a long time, and just like things aren't really working out and you don't understand why, you're being encouraged to take a step back, come into a new way of thinking, and by doing that, you'll be in a new mode of making things happen in the material world as well. You'll be and you start changing your environment. You know, maybe you need to change your environment. You know, maybe you need to change where you're living. Maybe you need to change where you're spending your time. Maybe you need to change where you work, you know, or like if you're working on a project, the physical location that you're doing that project in maybe needs to change, you know, anything like that. By making these changes, by allowing yourself to start over in a certain sense, you know, it's like you change your perspective, change the way that you're doing it, change the way that you're going about it. The way that you're going about it right now is going to lead you to a no, but the yes is still possible for you. It's just going to take you changing the way that you're working on this, changing up your routine, changing the way that you're putting work into this. You know, maybe you can work more efficiently, and it would be a little bit less you know, force energy, you know what I mean? And like that into that allowing energy, it's sort of like maybe you're putting in a ton of work, but maybe you're putting it in the wrong place. And so it's sort of like finding that new place to put in your effort, and that might open it up a different way, you know? Or like maybe you have a very, very narrow view of what you're trying to accomplish, and you're being asked to become a little bit more general in your thinking, and be more open to it being something a little bit different, something that you wouldn't necessarily expect. And so you're being encouraged to think outside of the box a little bit in this situation. And that by doing that, you might end up opening up this new situation for you that makes a little bit more sense, that fits in with your situation better, that fits in with your life better, and allows things to happen in a way that's a little bit more, open. So anyway, pile number 4, that was my reading for you. I really hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. If you ever want a more detailed personal reading with me, I have them available at my website at www.junodrome.com, so please check that out. I've got a new way for you to help support me on my Patreon. Check that out at patreon.com/junodrome. And then finally, I'm really excited to announce that when I reach 500 subscribers, it's a little bit of a ways away as of recording this. I'm at 353, but when I reach 500, I'm going to be doing a drawing for a free private reading with me. So please subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, share it around. I'm going to be doing that drawing as soon as I reach 500. So stay tuned for that. You'll be in the know as that continues to get a little bit closer. Anyway, pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. See ya. Hey there, pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading for your yes or no question. So I have 3 different methods for generating a yes or a no. And then once I do that, we will dive right in and try to get some answers for you. What is the answer to your question? So we'll start with the pendulum here. I just like to triangulate it to make sure that it's answering my questions in a way that's right. So first up, am I sitting on a chair right now? Yes, I am, pendulum. Great. Is that chair purple? Nope, it's not purple. It's a kind of an orangey color. Is there a ring light in front of me? Yes, there is. Okay, great. What is the answer to pile number 5's question? Okay, there was a little bit of a hesitation there, I felt, but it ultimately moved to no. So you've got a no from the pendulum. Let's keep asking, what is the answer to the question? We got a 1 from the die, so that's a double no so far. And tails on the coin, so that is also a no. Okay, so pile number 5, your answer is a triple no. So let's dive into the cards to kind of get a better understanding of why that's a no. But it's definitely like no questions about it. Your answer is no. Let's find out why. First up, from the Fairytale Lenormand, we've got the tree. Okay, so that's really always to me talks about grounding. Really rooting your energy into the earth, coming back into your sense of self, coming back into your body. So maybe, maybe this is a situation where, you're really being encouraged to slow down. And so you're not getting this thing, or the answer is no, because it's going to allow you to have the time and the space to come back into yourself. It's going to give you the time and the space to really ground your energy back into yourself and really come back into home with you, this can talk about meditation too sometimes, like you're being encouraged to meditate on this situation, and meditate in general, and that can help give you a better understanding of what's happening in your life moving forward. I'm also, there's a face in the tree, so, I always get some nature spirits kind of involved in this as well. So, maybe, I don't know if you work with spirits or energies, be careful if you do. Just make sure you're cleaning your energy, and that you're working with your own sense of self-sovereignty. You're always in a sovereign space, and you're only working with beings who support that sovereignty. But anyway, if you do that, you potentially could work with some nature elementals helping you through whatever's going on as well. Fairies, even nature spirits, tree spirits. Go out and hug a tree, hang out with a tree. They can be really nice to hang out with. I hang out with trees. That's great. Next up from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, you've got the Four of Swords, yeah, which is talking about rest. So there we go. There's another rest message. The Four of Swords means taking a break, taking a rest. You know, you've been working too hard at something. You've been pushing yourself too hard. You really need to sleep and meditate and come back home. I feel that between these two cards, it's really saying, like, it's time to take a step back. It's time to kind of let go of whatever's going on, you know, whatever you were asking about, whatever your question. It's a no so that you can have more time for yourself, you know what I mean? It's a no so that you can recoup your energy. It's a no so that you can come back into a sense of wholeness, of well-being, and that by doing that, then you give yourself the ability to then move forward in the future. Next up from the 1JJ Swiss deck, we've got two cards from that. First up is the 5, 6, 7, 8 of Wands. Okay, interesting. And then we have from that as well the 6 of Swords. Okay, yeah. So, with this rest card and with this, you know, meditating your energy, with it being a no, you're really being encouraged with this 6 of Swords to walk away from whatever the situation is, right? So it's like, whatever this question was, it's a no so that you can move out of whatever that energy was. You can move away from whatever that situation was, recoup your energy, rest. Once you do that, then energy is going to start moving really, really quickly, because the 8 of Wands is all about super swift, fast-moving action. So, you know, it's a real dichotomy between these two. So either remove yourself from the situation so you can rest, and then you'll be able to go off and do the new thing even quicker, or it's a situation where you've been moving too fast and you've been trying to do something in a way that's unsustainable, and so it's a no so that you back off a bit and you slow down, and then you're being encouraged to slow down and really connect back into yourself, which actually I think might be a little bit more applicable to the situation. Final card we have from the Rider Waite Smith deck is the High Priestess. So yeah, at the end of the day, right, you're really being encouraged to tune back into your intuition, and that your intuition is going to help lead you into a better situation for yourself. It's going to lead you into a situation that's going to work for you better, that's going to be more aligned with who you are and what you want, and your own higher self. And so in order to do that, in order to reconnect with your higher self in this fashion, in order to really connect in with your inner High Priestess, you need to slow down and remove yourself from this situation where the energy is moving too fast. Remove yourself from that situation and rest up, get more sleep than you think you need, like get a lot of sleep, and then start meditation. Work on meditative practices, because by doing that, you're going to be able to tap into your intuition way, way, way more. And that's going to bring you the answers that you really seek in the future and put you into the situations that are going to lead you to where you really want to be. Yeah. So anyway, pile number 5, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments what you think of it either way. I love hearing from all of you guys. Excuse me. If you ever want a private reading with me, please check out my website at www.junodrome.com. I've got a couple options available on there. I've got a new way for you to help support me, and it is a Patreon page with a lot of awesome bonus content, so you can check that out at patreon.com/junodrome. And then finally, I'm really excited to announce, it's a bit of a ways away, but when I reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my channel. So it'll be a way for you to get a free private reading from me. So that'll happen at 500 subscribers. So please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends, and we'll all get there faster so that I can give you that reading. So anyway, that was my reading for you, pile number 5, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you later.